As you can see, the topic for this podcast is water scarcity, and we mainly wanted to focus on the water scarcity that exists in our community in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. But how did we manage to choose this topic? Well, it all started with the Sustainable Development Goals made by the UN. But what are the Sustainable Development Goals? Well, these goals were an initiative made by the United Nations. They are, according to the UN, the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. These goals were made by the United Nations regarding there is a worldwide problem that need to be solved in to achieve a better life for any human being on earth. In 2015, the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon proposed the creation of an agenda for sustainable development after he said, "There is no planet B. This means that we should take care of our world and that there is no other planet to run away when we destroy this one." With this, the 193 countries that are in the United Nations established the Sustainable Development Agenda. They established a total of 17 goals in this list, and the main objective of the United Nations is to complete every goal by 2030. These are very important because they achieve the main problems that we as humans face every day. These include poverty, inequality, climate change, peace, justice, and more. These are problems that non-human beings should have. Well, regarding water scarcity, which is a problem that we're going to focus on today, for us, one of the main problems in the world is water scarcity, which is the number 6 in the United Nations list of main goals. Water scarcity has caused the life of many people that can access to clean and purified water. And we think that water should be a resource that every human being should have without any problem to get it, because water is one of the most important resources that humans need to survive, even more important than food. So during this podcast, we're going to present you two interviews with two main perspectives that we wanted to analyze regarding the conflict of water scarcity. The first one is someone that doesn't have access to clean water, who can tell us how difficult it is for him to get clean water, how does he manage to live without it, how does he think about water distribution, and what has the government done for him regarding this conflict. According to Water Aid, around 844 million people don't have access to clean water. The problem is more than just not having water. Dirty water is also a main cause for diarrhea, which kills a child under 5 years old each 2 minutes. Then, the other perspective that we wanted to analyze was a person with full access to water, which in this case is most of the population, who can tell us what does he think about water services, quality, distribution, how many water he uses each day, and how would he manage to live without access to clean water. An average person uses around 300 to 307 liters of water per day. Of the water we use each day, according to the EPA, 24% is in the toilet, 20% in the shower, 19% in the faucet, 17% for washing clothes, and 12% is leaked. So, after all of this is said, we're going to continue with the interviews for this podcast.
Water is the most important resource that human beings need to survive. The human body needs to drink around 2 liters of water each day in order to have a healthy life. However, we also have to consider that water is not only used to drink, it is also used to clean and have a good hygiene, which improves the human health. According to water.org, there are millions of families spending more than 20% of their income on water. They spend this much because in some parts of the world they depend on water merchants that charge high amount of money and take advantage of the terrible situation people are facing. Also, 780 million people live without clean water. More than one-third of Africa's population lacks access to safe drinking water. Also, the future is waiting for us a very harsh time. Compared to today, 5 times as much land is likely to be under extreme drought by 2050. Also, California will demand 3 times more groundwater that can be supplied over the next 100 years. More than 2 billion people worldwide rely on wells for their water, and 30% of Chinese do not have access to safe drinking water. This is a very harsh time, and we need to take care of this problem because humans need water in order to survive.
Hello, I'm Osvaldo Alvarez, and I'm going to make you an interview about water.
Hello, I'm John Mark.
Okay, so let's start with the first question. How much water do you use every day?
To take a shower and to drink, perhaps 60 liters, 70 liters a day.
Okay. Then, have you ever been without water for a day or more, and how was your experience?
Oh, yes, I've been without water for over a week, and it feels very sticky and not very comfortable because it's something that you use every day.
Yes. Then, do you manage to save water in any way?
Yes, in my house we have a pozo de absorción where all the rainwater goes to be recycled, and also we have a fossa septica that cleans all the water that comes out of the toilets and brings it back to the pozo de absorción. So where the water falls is where the water goes back to earth.
Okay. Then how would you manage to live without water at your home?
When I was without water?
No, like if you didn't have access to water, like
well,
for
you
example,
have to buy it.
Uh-huh.
You have to go to the shop to buy it, or perhaps go for a place where they distribute water. Somehow you need to get it.
Yes. Then, are you aware about all the people who lack water in your community, and what do you think about that?
I'm not aware about how many have that problem, but I know that there are serious problems of water shortage. You can read that in the newspaper every day. And what do I think? I think it's a bad organization in terms of what the government is supposed to do, because that's a government's duty.
Yes.
To distribute water.
What do you think about the distribution and access to water in your community? Is it well managed?
Where I live, specifically, it's good. It's okay. But if we call the city of Guadalajara, I think we have a serious problem of water. I read on the newspaper that 40% of the water that comes from Chapala to Guadalajara is lost because of the tubes that are in bad shape. So imagine, we're throwing water away. Also, look at the socavones that we have had last week.
Yes.
Those are not just because, it's because there was a water leak somewhere.
And then to end the interview, do you think the water that you use is completely clean?
The one that I use in my house is
Yes.
clean because we make samples, we try it, and we have proof that the water is clean. But I'm not really sure if the water of other people is really clean. Again, we don't know if the tubes are in good shape or if there is any trouble with the water that is not being properly treated before it comes to your house. That's why everybody has a garrafon at home, right?
Yes. Okay, so that's all. Thank you a lot for your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Victor Torres, and I'm going to interview you about a problem that we are having as citizens with the water. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Víctor Alejandro Torres Sánchez y me gustaría entrevistarla a usted para saber su opinión acerca de una problemática que tenemos nosotros como ciudadanos respecto al agua. ¿Cuál es su nombre, perdón?
Mi nombre es Leticia Rosado García,
Where are you from? ¿De dónde es usted?
de aquí, de Mesa de Santiago, sin número, Zapopan, Jalisco.
Okay, as you can see, Miss Letty cannot speak English, so I'm going to translate all the questions to her so we can have a better or a simple interview for her. Bueno, como puede ver o puedo ver, usted no sabe hablar inglés, ¿cierto?
Cierto.
Bueno, yo le estaré, diciendo todas las preguntas en español para que no haya ninguna complicación. ¿Está bien?
Sí, está bien.
Muy bien. La primera pregunta es, do you have problems getting clean water on a daily basis? ¿Usted tiene problemas para conseguir agua limpia a diario?
Sí, nosotros aquí no tenemos el servicio de agua. El CIAPA no nos ha puesto en las instalaciones.
Oh, ya veo. Now I see. How much water do you consume approximately per day? ¿Cuánta agua consume aproximadamente por día?
Por día exactamente no sabré decirte, pero compro una pipa de agua de 4,000 o de 5,000 litros y me la termino en una semana.
Okay. Why do you think there is a water scarcity in this place? ¿Por qué crees que hay una escasez de agua en este lugar?
Porque pues se han olvidado de nosotros aquí los municipales, o no sé quiénes son los encargados de poner las instalaciones, hacen sus proyectos, nos hacen la promesa de que van a ponerla, pero pues en realidad nunca terminan o nunca vienen a hacerlo.
Okay. Have you complained about this problem to the government? ¿Se ha quejado alguna vez de este problema con el gobierno?
Sí, hemos levantado firmas. Bueno, yo no soy la encargada, pero hay alguien que es aquí, un colono de aquí, no sé cómo se le llama, pero él es el que va y lleva las firmas que nosotros levantamos para pedir el servicio.
Do you think the government is working in order to get a solution for this problem? ¿Cree usted que el gobierno está trabajando para obtener una solución para este problema?
Pues en parte sí, porque lanzan proyectos y todo, pero al final los últimos que son los encargados pues no cumplen, prefieren quedarse con los recursos en lugar de ayudarnos.
Okay. In your opinion, which will be a good solution for this problem? En su particular opinión, ¿cuál cree que sería una buena solución para este problema?
Pues que los encargados no sean tan corruptos y que lleven a cabo y que utilicen todo el presupuesto que destinan para las obras públicas, lo cumplan, lo utilicen en ello.
Wow, pues muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Esperamos que pueda luego conseguir alguna solución para este problema en el agua. We hope that you get a fast solution for this problem about water scarcity.
In conclusion, water scarcity is a problem that needs to be immediately resolved, since it is the most valuable resource and we all need it in order to live. This problem does not allow the development of many countries and really affects people. The suffering of people lacking of clean water is insufferable. This is the reason why we need to make all people conscious about this problem and persuade each and every one of us to help end it.